Now, I think it's pretty safe to say that 2023 was the absolute worst year for Disney, period, the end. Everything ranging from their box office failures, one after the other, the up and down roller coaster of the Disney stock, and let's not forget about Bob Iger's continuous, ridiculous statements about the current status over at Disney and how he lies his way through of stringing along his audience, stringing along the overall, of course, aspects of all of the shareholders that are honestly mostly very much fed up with Disney, except for the top ones, BlackRock, Vanguard, and State Street. And about that, well, there's a lot to talk about. This is Mike Zero. Subscribe if you're new and like this video to see future updates. I'm also on Twitter at Mike01. I thank you also very much for the great and kind support. Now, the whole Elon Musk situation between himself and Bob Iger has been pretty much spreading like wildfire. We know that Bob Iger is in the hot seat right now, as well as the Disney heads, the board of directors. They don't know what to do anymore, and there's a lot of cancellations left and right for many of their projects as a result of everything that's stirring up when it comes to the drama revolving around Disney. Now, let's get into this further. Now, we know that 2024 is going to be a very barren and empty year for Disney, at least for the Marvel Cinematic Universe. The only movie that they're really banking on right now is Deadpool 3, and I bring this up many times. The number one red flag, that at least that I've seen already, is how there were creative differences between Ryan Reynolds and the Disney heads about some of the creative choices for Deadpool 3. We'll talk about that more in depth later. Now, what's interesting about all of this has a lot to do with Musk's overall stance on Disney and what he's doing against them in the process. Now, with Disney currently in a delicate position, one major development has to do with the Elon Musk and the Bob Iger situation that is progressively getting worse for Disney at hand. However, one major development has to do with Elon Musk and his plan to take down Disney and Bob Iger's movement with movies and television. However, as it turns out, one crucial update to this ongoing drama is that Elon Musk has a detailed plan that is actively in the works to take down Disney and expose new truths. One huge plan that has now been greenlit by the Joe Rogan Experience podcast is to have Elon Musk shed new light and revelations of Disney's usage of DEI and ESG into brands like Marvel and Star Wars that he is now willing to expose to the world. Now, these revelations are described to be so powerful that they will cost Disney hundreds of millions of dollars in the process. These revelations by Elon Musk that will be presented on not just the Joe Rogan podcast, which will be treated as an exclusive at first, but will also expand to other popular podcasts and programs that support Elon's view that is about to shed new revelations on Bob Iger as a businessman and as a CEO. In fact, Disney has already lost hundreds of millions of dollars of revenue due to Elon's comments, as this is now reportedly forcing Disney to either delay or mainly cancel several projects in the process as a way to divert from the exposure of their usage of DEI and ESG strategies. Already, Disney reportedly canceled several projects that were in the early development phase, strangely just after the Elon Musk viral call-out against Bob Iger. These projects range from Marvel and Star Wars movies/television shows that were about to be announced that they have now been canceled/shelved out completely, as they are being reworked in the process to hold a cheaper budget and a tighter production crew to save on spending, all as a result of the drama that Musk stirred up for Disney. And you know what happens when you make cheaper products, when you make things look cheaper and perform cheaper? Less people are going to see these projects by Disney. We already know that Disney is taking a major step back on all of their usage of CGI and computer graphics, stuff like that. And I think that we're going to enter into an era of Disney movies and television shows where green screen is going to look god-awful, CGI is going to look completely subpar, to the point where it's going to look laughable at this point in time. Now, we know that Disney at this point in time right now, they are embracing live-action remakes of animated classics and or live-action reboots of already established live-action remakes of original animated source material. We talked about that too, about how they are taking a stand of throwing ESG and DEI strategies into remakes of Beauty and the Beast, Cinderella, Alice in Wonderland, just to name a few right there, to kind of redo what was done in the 2010s. Now, interestingly enough, though, we know that Bob Iger, the walls are closing in on this guy, right? I mean, he is everywhere in the news. He's being talked about against, of course, a lot of others out there. And there's a lot of supporters of Elon Musk going against Disney. Now, look, love Elon or hate Elon, I think that what Elon said on stage is something that a lot of people do respect when it comes to just Disney getting thrown in the hot seat and really being forced into this very complex situation where they now are rethinking some strategies here and there that's not only creating more trouble for themselves, but it's also costing them tons of revenue in the process. Now, on top of that, the total number of projects reportedly were 12 projects altogether that got shelved by Bob Iger immediately and the Disney Board of Directors to divert from expensive projects that would have regardless given Disney hundreds of millions in revenue altogether. Now, Musk's revelations on the Joe Rogan podcast that is planned, that's in the works right now, is also going to expose new revelations as to why their films' budgets are so way high compared to other studios' projects with similar films and or television programs for streaming purposes. This is Elon's major step reportedly to take down Disney in the most direct way possible, with the public view of things the way Disney has been handling their productions. And you know what? This is true. The fact that Disney is just relentless with this garbage. They don't care what's coming on with their financial situation, seemingly. It's all contradictory, right? I mean, there are many times where Bob Iger comes across as very much concerned about the future of Disney. Then there's other times where he's like, oh, we're not concerned about Disney in the long term. We're all about fixing things or patching things in the short term, and how they're very confident that that will actually be fixed in no time, basically, in a matter of 2 years total. And I'm not really quite sure they're going to be able to course correct. I really don't. The way things that are going now, with 2024 being very barren to begin with, leading 2025 to be filled with endless failures at the box office. I mean, Snow White being one of the big ones that's going to be a definite. And that's just one. That's just one film. There's going to be a ton of Disney live-action remakes that are really going to truly fail. So again, I think that Elon Musk, what he did, like I said before, love or hate the guy, he really threw Disney in the hot seat. They are now in the public eye pretty much by everyone because of how it's in the mainstream media, it's being reported endlessly, and Disney doesn't know what to do. And it's actually true that Disney Plus subscribers are leaving in droves. Everyone that I know, at least the casuals that I know that are on Disney Plus, are already ditching it because they came to the realization, oh, I don't even use this anymore. Why even bother? Because they heard about the whole Disney news, it just reminded them. Whether they're a supporter of Musk or Bob Iger or not, it reminded them that they had a Disney Plus subscription that they're not even using, and they're ditching that now. So that's the other thing of that. So anyway, guys, drop a comment below. Fill me in below in the comments what you all have to say about this. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel, and I will catch you guys later.